If you want to do something, the only thing stopping you is you. Literally, the only thing stopping you. All right? I bitched and moaned for years and years. Like, oh, I wish I moved out, I wish I moved out to Los Angeles and tried music, and like, I wish I did it. I wish I didn't get hooked on drugs. I wish I did more when I was younger and like really tried to pursue like a music career. I was always so mad at myself for that. But now I am not. Thank God. I thank God every day that I didn't do that. I thank God every day that I got hooked on drugs and that I ended up in prison. I seriously, I thank God, because that put me on the path that I'm on right now, which I know is the correct path to be on. The path of the righteous man. The path of trying to find truth in every little thing. I'm not going to sit here and accept anything from anyone. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to get to the bottom of absolutely everything. I'm going to question absolutely everything. You know, that's what my life has taught me. And if I just had things, if I say I moved out and I gained success in music and I would have died of a drug overdose. You know, who really knows? And not to mention, the more you learn, the more you really do know. And that's not the music industry, Los Angeles, all of that shit. That ain't how it works, ladies and gentlemen. You don't go out there with some talent and then a scout picks you up. And I'm sorry, that's not how it works. These industries are corrupt. These industries are disgusting. And if you're not getting hip to that yet, I don't know. But you know what I mean? But what I am saying for sure is don't regret the past, because the past is over, my friend. The past was yesterday. Yesterday doesn't matter. Tomorrow matters. Right now matters. So you know what you can do? You can work your ass off right now. You can point your feet in a direction that you want to go, and you can start hustling, and you can start making a change. You can start doing something every single day. Keep plugging away. I don't care what it is, man. I don't care what it is. And I tell people all the time too, there's money in anything, right? If you go out and you collect rocks and you drill holes in those rocks and you make bracelets with them, all right? Or get a rock tumbler, take a bunch of rocks, put them in a tumbler, drill holes through them, boom, 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 make homemade bracelets, you would sell them. Put them on Etsy, put them on eBay, put them all over the place. You could create a store, an online store, Shopify, for like $1 a month, some bullshit like that. And you could have a business doing that. If you wanted to have a business selling freaking caramel apples, you could have a business selling caramel apples. The only thing stopping you is you. That's it. It's the only thing stopping you. You know? Right now, I'm in the business of teaching people truth. Trying to teach people truth. I'm trying to find people that like what I do, people that see all my videos and see all of my knowledge, all the subjects that I am definitely an expert in at this point. Thousands of hours have been spent on learning theology, astrology, numerology, symbolism, ancient history. You know, I really like the Masonic ancient history, and because it's interesting, because all of the presidents, all of the founding fathers, they were all Masons. You have to understand, if you want to understand things, you have to understand what they did, how they thought, the things they read. You know, it gets very fascinating when you realize, at the end of the day, America is a corporation. Canada is a corporation. This is why the president jokes and says, oh, we're going to become a part of Canada. And all. We already are. It's a corporation. Wouldn't make a damn difference. You know, that's what it is now. You people have to really please. And I'm not trying to be rude. Seriously, I'm not. And this is why, like, I have put all my books at my website for free. You just have to go over there and download them. Okay? All of my stuff is free. I'm not... And there are a lot of amazing creators out there, and I'm not trying to make enemies with anybody. I'm just saying, like, you know, there are a lot of people making thousands and thousands of dollars off people. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to enlighten everyone that they can, you know. I've collaborated every bit of information that I've ever learned, and I've put them in books. And I'm not really a writer, but I'm trying the best I can to get shit out there, get information out there to you, get things out there that I believe will be all completely banned whenever they want to pull the trigger on just complete and total, you know, internet. Like, they'll take it over whenever the fuck they want. They can just 2 seconds, boom, delete everyone. 2 seconds. TikTok has proven that to me. I've had over 25 profiles deleted off TikTok like that. In the blink of an eye, gone. Thousands of videos, thousands of hours of work, deleted, removed, gone. No questions asked. They do not give a shit. Censorship is real. If you want to learn, go to my website. You could spend weeks at my website. You really could. There's a lot of info there. Download my books if you support what I do, because I'm trying to take this show on the road, baby. I'm trying to teach all of these topics in person, and I'm trying to get the support. If I can get enough support, I can do it. You know, I'll be able to do it. But I don't want people to have to pay to learn. You know, I want to be able to, my goal is if I can get enough subscribers and get enough people that support a very minimal lifestyle for me, because I don't live over the top. I have a very small house. I have a wife and 2 kids that are almost out of the house, you know, and so I'm not trying to make money. I'm just trying to be able to live. If I can just get by, I will go teach for free. I'll go everywhere, man. That's all I want to do. And share my story about drugs and alcohol to try and help a younger generation, save them from a lot of heartache, you know, from years and years of pain, chaos. It's just a fucking nightmare, honestly. But I try and wake people up, because the Rockefeller education, man, it's bad. And you can have whatever opinion you want, okay? You can think the world is a sphere. You can think it's a spinning ball. You can. You can believe science, totally, if that's what you want to do. But I recommend at least look at the other side, you know, learn it a little bit. Learn how things like compasses work. Because when you realize that a compass works, like, because it's attracted to the magnetic north, because there's a magnet in the center of the earth, okay? And the compass is attracted to it. But the problem with that is when you test this theory, magnets have a north and a south, basically. A positive and a negative, okay? When you use a compass, when you flip the magnet, all of a sudden the polarity flips to south facing. And that's not how compasses work. Therefore, we only have a one-sided earth. There's no other side. And I mean, if you really, and I have a book, 200 pages, proofs, 200 pages of proofs the earth is not a ball. It's free at my website. So there are no more excuses. So I'm just trying to catch people up, you know, and my book explains how this happened. It happened because Nazis are in America, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Operation Paperclip, thousands of Nazis got snuck in through the precious Vatican. For all the Catholics out there, through the precious Vatican, the Pope and the Vatican gave them all passports to come into America and form the CIA and NASA and a bunch of other stuff. So give me a break. When you learn about Werner von Braun, and then when you learn about his connections with Aleister Crowley, Jack Parson, L. Ron Hubbard, the creator of Scientology, it just gets absurd, okay? It gets to a point, and all this stuff is in my books. It gets to a point where you learn so much information and you realize that the groups that are controlling the world are involved in Masonic cult, devil-worshipping cults, and they worship astrology. They use astrology to perform magic. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but it is what it is. If you want to learn more, go to my website, download my free stuff, become a member, get my phone number. Like, people do it, and I talk to them. I just had a 1-hour conversation with a new guy today. Great guy. Like, text me, shoot me a text, and I'll let you know when I'm available for a conversation. And it'll be like, you know, pretty soon. As long as I'm not busy with work or my family, I'll have a conversation with you. I'm trying to do something new. I'm trying to give back. I'm trying to be able to do this and not charge. I'm trying to be able to do recovery coaching in the real life without having to charge, without having to go through insurance, without having to go through any red tape, so I can actually effectively help somebody. You know, I'm trying to do it, man. So I need your help. I love you all. Go to my website. This is my opinion.